Don't mind me. Just, oh, there we go. Okay. So, as I put in the title, today's stream is gonna be really short, because I have bad foresight, and bad memory. Basically, I scheduled an appointment for today, and then I forgot, and was informed over the weekend that I had an appointment today. And back when I scheduled that appointment, which was like, I don't know, a month ago at this point, my stream schedule was earlier in the day, so the time that I scheduled it for wouldn't have had any time conflicts with my old schedule. But now that I'm doing streams later in the day, it causes a few problems. So, I'm probably gonna go until that clock up in the top right says 14 on it. In other words, 2 my time. Huh. I don't know if I'm actually going to be playing with anyone, because I am only going to be live for 2 hours, but we shall see. For the time being, I'm just going to be doing rampages. Depending on when I get back from my appointment, I might stream again, but I don't know about that. No guarantee on that one. Okay. Hop, 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 hop. I wonder if you can do this. You definitely can. What's that? You don't want to reload? Oh. Never mind. Hopefully the volume is alright. I set it to the same settings as last time, but I am not entirely sure. This red boy, or lady, it appears to be. She, okay, that works for me. So I'm about to hit HR 250, which is pretty cool. I think my next goal after that will be HR 300, but I'm gonna focus less on that. I want to focus more on talismans and getting to a good place with talismans. There have been some methods I've read about that can make that process a little bit faster, but the means by which you have to go through it is really bothersome to me, and I don't really want to do it that way. Okay. There you go. Maybe the explosion thing is a safety measure to stop you from continually using the rebuild installation thing to skip reload enemy. I don't know. I'm not sure what this is gonna put. Okay, never mind. Whatever it had cooldowns for, it's not anymore. Okay. Alrighty then. Hurry on up, Anjanath. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. I was gonna set some monsters on fire, but that's fine. Ow. Hey, we got him. Nice aim. There you go. Now we just have the elemental light and status ones to get. Well, that and the ribbon shot one, but I doubt that one's gonna happen. Okay, cool. So 6 more. Five more. There we go. Alright. In that case, we will probably want to... It's easier to do these in the early rounds, because the monsters have less HP in the early rounds. Okay, cool. Okay, okay. Oh, good. Raknakadaki. That was way too early. I don't know what I was thinking there. I waited just barely too long. Alright, well I got the elemental bite, so that's fine. That would be a great time to use that Dragonator. Please don't. There you go.
これでよし。里を守る。
なんてことを。
里を守る。
I don't know if that's actually gonna do anything. Couldn't really say. Yep, that's a good place to set up. Just wait for some opportunities to knock out 3 monsters all at once. We're gonna have to hit that again. We don't have a counter signal. Hit it when it happens. Okay, cool. Yeah, that works. Listen, I would stop doing them if they stopped being the best way to gain HR. But since they aren't, well, because they are, I have to keep doing them. In all seriousness, though, I probably will stop doing them once I hit 250. Because I want to do other stuff. Well, screwed that up. What last quest? Oh, okay. Howdy, Speed. How is, life? Ow. Bro, come on. But Zangaloo is, being a bit of a butthead right now. I do not miss exams. I'm doing just dandy, other than the fact that I completely forgot I have an actually, like, super important appointment today. So I won't be able to stream for very much today. Yes, I died. But that's just the circle of life, my dog. When people die, they're killed. And you don't think that's how it be, but it do. I mean, technically, if you want to get technical about it, I'm not dying, I'm getting hurted, but, you know. I mean, it's handled better than it is in Monster Hunter Stories. In Monster Hunter Stories, if your character dies, they fall over, and then they just stand right back up as if nothing happened. I don't know about that, but I do know they're probably going to release this game on PC because Monster Hunter World was their best-selling game of all time, and, you know, when they released it on PC, they got, like, more than half of their sales. Just from that. And most of those sales were in China, so... Also, there's a Monster Hunter MMO that is exclusive to China. So there's that. I don't know much about Monster Hunter Online, or whatever it's called, but I just know it's an MMO. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, brother. Okay, doke. Bum bum ba-dum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Okay. As soon as Streamlabs will let me edit. Thank you. There you go. Yeah, no. Get some sleep so that you aren't dead when you do your exam. But thank you for stopping by. Hopefully I can catch you at another stream where you aren't gonna be doing a test the next day. And also, when I don't have an appointment I have to be to. Perm. There you go. I didn't post to the thing. Let's see. And now Discord is being slow. Cool. Thanks, Discord. Neato! Okay. Alright. Let's see, what do I want to do? I do need to fight Tigrex a little bit. But I also want to keep farming for gold crowns. I want to double check to see how many more monsters I need to hunt before I'm at the 1,000 mark. I know it's really small number now. It's like less than 50. We arrived. Well, I can't look now. I have to look in a bit. Oops. I don't have a dog. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
ただいま参上。よろしく頼む。待ってたよ。
They're both using Narga LBG. Fascinating. By which I mean it's not. But, you know, I gotta say something, right? Man, no gold crown, no tiny crowns. I'm looking for a tiny crown baggie. No luck so far. Slicing ammo, huh? P. Okay, bud. Wow. Holy cow, dude. I cannot aim. Hey. Oops, forgot to do the wire bug thing. Put it. Yataze. Okay. That was a loud door slam noise, and I'm sure... Well, I'm not really sure what I'm sure about, but whatever. Alright. Oh, right. I need to switch up to a dog. Bring out the edge baby. Did they already get the first one?
さてと
Looks like they have. Okay. I certainly hope it wasn't a tiny crown. It. Come on, dude. Okay. Nice aim.
完璧な総流だったな。うまくいった。
Okay. It whip. Whip. Honestly, it probably would have been faster if I just didn't do the mount at all, because I do more damage than the mount. Didn't think so. Or it didn't. Now I can look. $737 and $240. Okay, I've got 23 more monster hunts, and then I'm at 1,000. Now, if only I could get that stinking tiny crown, that would be nice. That... Okay. I tried looking up a video for good methods of crown farming, and I was given a video of a hamster trying to eat something. So, cool. Okay. I still have no idea how many more of these Goldabirds I need for the 1,000. It's probably a lot. I mean, obviously, but... That's good. Can I get white, please? Thank you. One of these days I want to jump back into World and really give it a feel out for how different these weapons do or do not feel. Don't see? It's going to press. Cool. I feel like that's an attack that's really only going to find use against large monsters. Like, actually large monsters. Okay. Okay. Eh. Okay. Still no tiny crown. Why must you torture me so, video game? Yeah, speaking of hunting horn, not actually speaking of, because I haven't been talking about hunting horn, but you know, now that I'm thinking about hunting horn. And there you go. Let's see. Attack and affinity, tremors, sonic wave, stamina, sonic stun, earplugs, health, and regen. I mean, I probably need this one at some point. Just don't know. I'd rather go with this one. Where are you? There you are. I see. Yeah, that explains that. This is probably still really good. So that's something to consider. I wouldn't be surprised if the Tigrex hunting horn is also good. Just a moment. Okie doke. So I'm gonna be leaving at around 1:30, which, according to the clock, will be about 13:30 up in the top right. So, just as a heads up, it's a little short, but maybe I'll stream after I come back to make up for it. We shall see. Oh, of hope and valor. Eh. I mean, if I make everything for these monsters, then I won't need to hold on to their... Well, since they all have one in them, I probably will need to hold on to their parts, actually. I don't want to waste my gem on that. Actually, no, that's not the best fire one. The best fire one is the Arachnikadaki bow, right now. Okay, let's look at the Great Sword Tree real quick. So I need Carbolite and Baggy Scales, Fire Cell, and Bishaten. And then on this tree, I need some Electro Sacks from low rank Kezu, and then Pearly Hide from high rank Kezu. I need 4 Remobra Hide, some Somnicanth parts, Rathian Spike and Fusium. I need Amber Fang and Puke Quill. Quality Fin, Rathian Spike, there you go. I've got the Ludroth tree as well. I'm almost out of money. How pleasant. Huh. Oh, I need more of these paw print stamps. Huh. Alright. Lamudron Orb. I also need Commendation and Fusium. Combi parts. A lot of this stuff is just gonna come as proxy from me trying to chase after all the crowns. So I need some Teostra powder. Or Teostra. For that. I need to fight Daura a bit. The Death Stench stuff is going to be the most bothersome stuff. Easily. Was I working toward... I think I was working towards the dragon. But I'm not sure about that. I might go into the paralysis one, because I can't just craft straight that one, so... Kuliaku Beak. Oof, I'm missing a lot of dual blades. Could make the Chameleos ones. Right, and I wanted to make the Tigrex gun lance. For poke shell. Yeah, the hammer is definitely the one I need to spend the most time on right now. Well, other than the bow guns. Insect Glaive, I probably also have a lot to work on there. Oh! There's a Rarity 7 Diablos weapon. Interesting. Oh! All I need that left for that is Gus Raghorns. Alright. So I think, I ought to be able to get, most of the weapons, I think, just by doing crown hunting. Actually, hold the phone. Okay, yeah, it is higher. So, I'll keep up the crown hunting, and I'll probably end up getting all the titles at some point anyway. Oh, howdy, Bacon. Bit of an awkward time to return, because I'm doing a bit of a shorter stream today. But I will be back later this afternoon, or actually, closer to the evening. Because I have a doctor's appointment today that I scheduled like a month ago, and I totally forgot about it. I mean, I guess technically I have a new stream overlay in that I have a clock and I moved the chat. Eventually I'd like to get an actual stream overlay so that the chat doesn't cover the gameplay at all. So that'd be nice. That was a noise I made. Please don't ask me why I made that noise. I don't know either. I'm not gonna make it up this wall, am I? I do have a dual monitor setup, but one of those monitors is currently being used as my television for the game right now, so... Ideally, I'd have a triple monitor set up. By which I mean I'd have 2 monitors and a TV. That way I could have the chat open on one screen and have some other stuff on the other screen, like stream monitor and whatnot. I felt good about that one. But yeah, like, I could go on Streamlabs, and they have, like, their own themes you can download and all that, but that costs money, and I don't really have that, so, I'm gonna probably end up making my own stream overlay and stuff, which I can do. I've just been procrastinating on it. I am a graphic designer, so... just gotta put together the time and the energy to get it done. We're fighting 2 different baggies right now. I have no idea if that other one is, I appreciate it, Bacon. I still kind of feel like I ought to make my own, because I want my stream to have its own identity. I don't want to, like, feel like I'm the same as other people, if you get what I mean. I'm the kind of person who wants to stand out from the crowd, I guess. I don't want to just do the same thing everyone else does, or what other people do. So, like, custom alerts, custom stream overlay, all that stuff. And that also, you know, there's other stuff regarding that, like, branding and, color schemes and design philosophy. You know, I'd want it all to mesh in well together, and if I pick, like, one of those free stream overlay things, they have their own themes and design philosophies that might conflict with what I want to make in the future. And I know it's smarter to just use stream overlay setups, and I probably will, until I actually have my own made and set up. This is not a baggie, this is a remote, bruh. Thank you. But at some point, I want to have something that's all my own. I see. Is this a gold crown? What is this? No tiny crowns. I have not gotten a single tiny crown so far. Sucks. Yeah, I'll have to look at some free themes and whatnot. It's just, I've got so much on my plate that I gotta get done that, it's a little overwhelming. And I'm just trying to get, like... because right now, I've mostly just been focusing on getting into the habit of streaming. I've been doing this for 2 months now? Almost 2 months. And I think it's, what, the 3-month mark when something becomes a habit? I don't want to fall out of the habit. I want this to become part of my habits. So, I've been focusing on that. and then trying to squeeze other stuff in between. As far as, what I'm gonna be streaming, I don't know. It's really gonna depend on how much stamina I have for this game this upcoming week. Because we're not gonna get the next major update for another... Let's see. At least 2 to 3 weeks. And I don't know if I have the stamina to keep streaming this game for that long with no new content. Yeah, it's just... Yeah, I play lots of stuff. My current thought process is I might be, because I started a stream of Digimon World Next Order, I think last week. And I do want to play that a little bit. But then I've also got Dragon Quest Builders, which I'm going to play in Japanese, because I've been learning Japanese this past year. But I also have other stuff. I've got, both the Guacamelee games. I've got Ori and the Blind Forest. Technically I can play both of the Ori games, but I don't know about that. I'd have to check Game Pass, because I used Game Pass to play Will-o'-the-Wisps. I play lots of PC games, it's just, I don't really play a whole lot of PC multiplayer games. Like, I don't play Apex Legends, or Call of Duty, or any of that stuff. Most of the multiplayer games that I play are, like, PvE, not PvP. If I ever get the money, I'd love to stream, like, FF14 in the future. Because I really enjoyed my time with FF14, with the free trial. It's a lot of fun. I guess I could look at my Steam library. One day I'd also like to stream, like, a whole bunch of, RPGs. Because I haven't really had a chance to, like, explore it very much on this stream. Because Monster Hunter isn't a very story-heavy game, but I'm a bit of an analyst, and I like to think about stuff. And I don't really get to think about stuff very often in Unga Bunga Monster Hunter game. I played Overwatch when it came out, and it turned me into a very toxic person, so I stopped playing it. I don't want to be that kind of person, so... That's why I don't really play player versus player games for the most part. Oh, that's right. Guilty Gear is going to be coming out sometime next month. And there's actually going to be a third open beta next week, I think. And I will absolutely be streaming that. Even if it's on the weekend, I will be streaming the Guilty Gear beta. Because I've participated in the last 2 betas, including the closed one. And I've been really enjoying my time with it, so I really want to stream it. Okay. Oh, okay. Cool, I contributed. I have never played Rocket League before, but I've kind of always wanted to. Because it looks fun, there's always been so many other games that are coming out and so much other stuff I want to do that I don't have the time, or I'm not thinking about it. I played Destiny 2 for like a month. I mean, obviously the gunplay in that game is really good, but I never really got all that far into the game. Well, for me, it wasn't necessarily even that I was bad at Overwatch. It was that it always felt like my ability to succeed in that game wasn't predicated on my actual skill. It was based on whether or not everyone else I'm playing with is skillful or not. Or if, like, even if everyone was good, if we didn't have good team composition, or if the characters I liked playing weren't working for our team composition, then I was actively harming our ability to succeed. Overwatch's whole, like, hero swapping incentivization system kind of infuriated me, because it wasn't about... A lot of the times, victory wasn't about skill, it was about winning a game of rock, paper, scissors with characters. And it's just... It was a whole bunch of things that eventually made me not want to play it anymore. One of my friends went hard on that game, though. Like, he joined his college Overwatch team and played competitively or something like that. Yeah, I only ever played Destiny 2 because they made the first few expansions free to play. And I liked the explorative aspect of, like, the different planets. And I liked the gunplay. Getting exotics was a huge pain, though. And I get why it was that way, but... Man, like, the amount of work you'd have to go through to get exotics was so exhausting for me, especially as someone who didn't have friends who was playing the game with me. So it's like, you have some of those quests that you have to do, like those raids or whatever, that you gotta do with other people, but I didn't know anyone who played the game, so I couldn't do them to farm for the exotics or what have you. So pretty much my entire time playing that game was spent on the maps, just completing, like, daily missions and all that stuff. Yeah, the whole... I think that the straw that broke the camel's back for me in Overwatch was... I was playing a game with my friend and one of his friends. My best friend and one of his friends. And one of his friends was playing Torbjorn, and I didn't realize that. So, like, half of the match, since I wasn't in a voice chat with the other teammates, I was only in a voice chat with my best friend and his friend, I was, like, audibly upset at the Torbjorn for, like, half the match, and my best friend's friend wasn't saying anything that entire time. And then I realized, oh, that Torbjorn is the guy I'm in a call with, and I feel really bad about that. And I became super self-conscious about how I was acting and what I was saying, and it's just like... That was the point at which I was telling myself, I don't like what this game is doing to me. It's turning me into a toxic gamer. Especially this obnoxious hero swapping system. I hate it. I want to be able to play the character I want to play without feeling like I'm dragging the party down or any of that stuff. I want to be able to enjoy the game without my character nailing me down, or what have you. Huh. Yeah, it was so long ago that I played Destiny 2. I think it was like... It was around the time when I got my brand new keyboard, which was probably about a year and a half ago, maybe? Oh, hey, HR 250. and I was testing out my new keyboard and trying out new keyboard layouts. Because here's a fun fact about me. Half the reason I don't play FPS games is, for the most part, is because I'm left-handed. And because I'm left-handed, I have to use my mouse with my left hand, and I have to use my keyboard with my right hand. Which basically means I can't use WASD. I don't use WASD. And, so trying to find control schemes that work for me can be really hard sometimes, because I don't use WASD. Because all of these games, like, everything is designed for people with right-handed. Like, everything is designed to be used with WASD. So I have to use, like, IJKL. And even then, I mean, IJKL has a lot more keys around it for you to work with than WASD. But, I don't know. It took a long time for me to get used to it. In fact, actually, Destiny 2 was the first game I played, where I was learning how to use IJKL. I mean, I'm pretty good at, Borderlands 3. Like, if I get enough time to actually sit down and learn how to play an FPS game, I think I'd be good at them, but it's just, I don't really care that much about FPS games, and most of the FPS games out there are, you know, PvP games, and I don't really... I want to play competitive games where the competition is you versus someone else, not you and a group of people versus a group of other people. Like, maybe it's a me problem, but relying on other people is kind of hard in competitive games. Like, people do some dumb stuff in Monster Hunter, but I don't really hold them... I'm not really all that upset about it, because who cares? You know, we're not competing at anything here. And, you know, lots of these people are beginners, so I'm not really going to judge them that hard. Yeah, I know that. I mean, my main thing is fighting games, and I'm not even that good at them. I just really like fighting games. Except Smash. The Smash's online is big stinky doo-doo garbage, and I hate it. And I don't know if I'm ever gonna play that game on stream, because it just infuriates me to play that game. Having, like, half a second of input delay is just utterly infuriating. And I know it's not that high, but it feels that high sometimes. Like, the game has innate input delay on top of its absurdly terrible online infrastructure. I can't stand it. It drives me up the wall. I think the maddest I've ever been in recent memory was when I was playing Smash with one of my friends. And that was, like, local play. Just because the innate input delay in the game was... I could not stand it. And I know it's something most people can't notice, but I do. And it drives me nuts. Like, I know if I were to tell this to anyone that plays Smash regularly, they'd be like, what are you talking about? It's barely noticeable, you know. You're just a sourpuss, you know. You just like to complain. It's like, dude, believe me, I can feel it, and it is terrible. Yeah, Smash can be both. The problem is just that every single one of my friends plays Smash competitively. So I am basically not allowed to play that game casually with anyone that I know. And my ability to enjoy the game on a casual level has kind of been soured because everyone plays it competitively. Like, I genuinely don't think I could play that game normally anymore, because I've just turned myself into such a tryhard for the game. Like, I think if I were to ever play the game, I'd probably play a character I don't really play all that much. And then I'd probably turn items on and I'd be okay with that. Yes, to be fair, I do get beat up a lot, but I'm not... I don't know if I'd say I'm bad, because I'm better than, you know, most casual players. It's just that, like, it's that infuriating sensation that you tell your character to do something, and then your character doesn't do what you told them to do when you told them to do it, kind of deal. It's like, I don't run into the same problems with fighting games. I've played Guilty Gear 2 times before, and I know I'm bad. But it doesn't really infuriate me all that much, because I know I'm bad, I know it's my fault. I'm the one that's making the mistakes. Specifically because the netcode of Guilty Gear was really good. But, like, it turns from a frustration against the game into a frustration against myself, because I know I can do better. And I feel like I enjoy that more, because I feel like I'll get better when I can recognize that the fault is internal, not external. But when it comes to, like, Smash, half the time I feel like it's not my fault when something bad happens. It feels like my character didn't do the thing I told them to do, kind of deal, and it frustrates me. Like, to a certain extent, I think online can be fun, specifically if the online is so bad that any sense of control is just laughable. Yeah, like, I am a-okay with sucking at a video game if I can tell that my terribleness is a result of my own lack of skill, more so than the, you know, the game's fault. But if I'm bad at a game because I feel like the game isn't letting me do what I want to be doing, then that's the point at which it really starts to infuriate me. Like, this game in particular has a really weird problem where it eats inputs. And I don't know if that's just a thing with my controller or what, but sometimes when I'm performing actions, my inputs get eaten. And it feels so obnoxious sometimes. It happens so infrequently that it's not really that big of an issue for me. But it does happen, and it is annoying. But I don't really complain about that much, because for the most part, the game functions properly. So I don't really have much reason to complain. And thankfully, Capcom's hitboxes are a lot better than they were in the demos. So I don't really have that to complain about either. Except for when the hitboxes are too good, and I miss an attack because hitbox porn and whatnot. Yeah, I'd love it. One of my friends actually does play Rocket League. So he could probably, like, explain some of it to me, but it seems like a pretty self-explanatory game. Okay. That's good. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I mean, that's why I love Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear is insane. Like, I tried Street Fighter at one point, and it was hard. But back then, I wasn't as good at doing motions as I am now. I think for me, there's kind of a limit, because, like, the first fighting game I ever bought at release and tried to play competitively was Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, which was a terrible decision, because trying to follow what happens in that game is like trying to make sense of an acid trip or something. Like, there's just so much stuff going on screen that trying to follow all of it feels impossible, even at, like, the lowest level. I mean, the input level, like, the actual level you have to be to do inputs in that game isn't that high. You can learn how to do combos and how to set stuff up pretty easily in that game, but, like, there's just so much stuff all over the screen all the time that it was overwhelming, and I couldn't handle it. On top of the fact that its online was, just... It was bad. It's the same reason why I won't be getting Dragon Ball FighterZ, because I know Dragon Ball FighterZ is a good game, and it looks really good, but man, its online, from what I've heard, is just not good. I do not want to deal with, like, 15 plus frames of input delay. That is insane to me. That's like a quarter of a second worth of input delay. It's just... I don't know how anyone can enjoy a game that way. That's really cool. I'd love to be that good at any game. And I guess technically I'm, quote-unquote, pretty good at Monster Hunter. I'd like to get better. I want to learn how to speedrun hunts at some point. Like, I'm probably in the quote-unquote top 1% of hunters that have gotten sub 5-minute times on Magnum Hollow. Because most people don't do speedruns of Monster Hunter. Speedruns in Monster Hunter are actually pretty niche. Lots of people watch them, but not a whole lot of people actually participate or do them. And part of that's just because of how much setup you have to do to actually get to that point. You gotta farm for hundreds of hours to get good talismans, and... it's a lot. Part of why I'm considering making, TA Wiki sets, which, if you don't know, TA Wiki is basically, the universal time attack rule set that speedrunners use for official runs on their leaderboards. And TA Wiki's rules currently are no buddies, no endemic life, no Pokemon battles, and if you get a mount, you can only wallbang once, and most importantly, no talismans, which means that if nobody needs to have good talismans, it creates a level playing field for everyone who wants to compete. No, I am not crazy at Monster Hunter. You should actually watch some people speedrun this game and see what real crazies are. Like, there are... In fact, actually, let me show you one of my favorite speedruns I've seen. It is absolutely insane. Where is it? I don't know. Like, I have seen some insane plays at a competitive level in this game. Like, the things that people do to set up, the way that they manage their positioning, and, like, when they sharpen, how frequently they sharpen, managing when monsters are going to get KO'd, and how often that's going to happen. Like, people do math. They figure out how much HP a monster's head has, and how many hits they need to do before the monster gets KO'd, or how many hits it'll have to take before it gets stunned, and it's just... like, I think the current... like, I just saw a video the other day of... Because most of the speedrun records right now, for most monsters, are at, like, the 2 to 3 minute mark. And my fastest time is slightly below 5 minutes. So, you know, I'm pretty far out from the tippity top tip. I think maybe some of the slower weapons in the game right now are like... Their lowest times are in the 4-minute range, like Lance and Sword and Shield in some places. Well, I think part of that is also, you know, a lot of those guys have been playing Monster Hunter for years. Meanwhile, this is basically my third Monster Hunter. It's just, they have more stamina than I do, is what it is. I have one guy, who shows up every now and then named Shun, who uses the switch axe, if you recall, when we did the Narwa fight, like a couple weeks ago. I looked at Shun's guild card, and I can look at it again. I don't know if this number has changed since the last time I looked at it, but Shun has fought, where is she? Has fought Narwa 282 times. Like, and has probably fought Narwa even more than that at this point. 282 times! Like, if you want to get good at these fights, you gotta do what I've been doing, and you just gotta fight monsters a lot. Like, I probably need to fight Magnamalo at least couple hundred more times for me to really get to the kind of numbers that the big, different breed guys are at. Like, Team Darkside, which is a group of speedrunners, they make videos where it's like, after you fought 1,000 Narwas, and it's just like, dude, how do you have that much stamina to fight this monster that many times? But then again, I've fought Magnamalo 100 times, so who am I to talk? Ah! I think it's gonna just come to a point where, after Major Update 3.0 comes out, when we finally get the final boss, we have all of the base game, end game gear, because we still don't have all of it yet. Once we have all the end game base game gear, at that point, I'll probably have some pretty decent talismans to work with. And even if I didn't, I'd want to work on TA rules. And I'll probably just grind out these different hunts. I mean, I haven't really explained it. But I'm doing crown hunting right now, which basically, if you see the crowns here, there's tiny crowns and golden crowns. And you basically just keep running into hunts, and every time you run into a monster in a hunt, their size will scale randomly. Yeah, that's true. There are variations. Sometimes the monster will do things that you can't really predict, and it can screw with your time as well. A lot of Monster Hunter speedruns comes down to not just skill, but also how cooperative the monster is. Some of the best times I've seen on speedruns were because the monsters were super cooperative, and basically all they did were roar, or do really easy to counter attacks. But ultimately it's about mastery, right? Because for a lot of people, when they play Monster Hunter, they're probably enjoying it passively. They're just engaging in these monsters, but they're not really thinking about what the monster is doing. Thinking about, okay, what kinds of attacks does this monster use? How do I avoid those attacks and take advantage of their openings? How frequently do they do those attacks? And when do they do those attacks? When does Magnamalo do this follow-up, and when doesn't it do this follow-up? When do I dodge this attack, and when don't I? Based on how far away it is from, you know, that kind of stuff. Most people don't really engage at that level. And I don't even really do that to the same extent I'm talking about here myself. Because I'm still a passive engager. I just observe a little bit. If I were to, like, try hard on this game, and actually put in the time to be observant of what's happening, instead of simply trying to observe and attack at the same time, I'd probably learn these fights a lot faster. But I just haven't been doing that. Because I just want to, you know, enjoy the game as it is and learn piece by piece. But, like, once you actually start paying attention to that stuff, you start figuring out, okay, when Rathian does that roar and she moves her body, her head down, she's about to do a tail swipe. So you'll know that you can evade the tail swipe, and you can get a follow-up and deal an attack and whatnot. Hi, Ken. you have joined at an awkward time, because I totally forgot that I had a doctor's appointment today, and I scheduled it like a month ago when my stream schedule was in the mornings, not in the afternoons. Which means that my doctor's appointment is at 3 p.m. my time. Yeah. The stream is going to be short, as in, it's probably going to end relatively soon. Because I have to get lunch, and then I have to go to my appointment. But, I will be coming back after my appointment and streaming again. So that'll probably be around 4 my time. So that's about an hour before I usually end the stream. But I'd probably go a little bit longer, since I didn't stream very long today. It's just... I'm sorry. It's like, I was almost considering going on my Twitter account and being like, hey, I can't stream today because I have a doctor's appointment. And then I was just like, I feel bad if I said that, because I know that I said I'd be streaming today, and, you know, I don't want to disappoint, but at the same time, I can't just reschedule this appointment. It's like 2 months ago, I had, some ringing in my ears, and I had to get it tested. So I had to go through that whole rigmarole of getting an MRI and checking to see if anything was wrong with my ears, and now I'm going in for another checkup to see if my ears are any better, or if I need to be doing something about them. It's super important, because I need my hearing, you know, so it's not really something I can just put off, unfortunately. It's gotta happen. But, I will come back and stream later today, and obviously, I have no other appointments for the rest of the week, so it'll be normal streaming hours for the rest of the week. Nice! That is good. Being able to beat Teostra is good. Oh man, I want to keep playing! I want to keep streaming! But I can't. I have to stop. You have no idea how much I just want to stay here and not go to that appointment. But I have to, because my health is important. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, that's my monkey brain not thinking ahead. Not planning, not considering my schedule. I was like, I'm looking forward to streaming on Monday, and then I got a text over the weekend that's like, hey, by the way, you have a doctor's appointment at 3 p.m. on Monday, and I'm like, oh, right! Yeah. Well, it's not necessarily bad, it's more like, I was losing my hearing in my left ear a little bit. And it only cropped up like 2 months ago, but I'm thinking it went away, because based on what the doctor told me, it's like, it didn't seem like it was something that was onset from continual abuse. It was more like something just happened, and then all of a sudden my hearing was worse. But I haven't been dealing with the ear ringing all that much lately, so it might have subsided. I don't know. I'll find out when I go there. But, I keep stalling because I don't want to end the stream, but I have to, because if I don't eat my lunch and go to that appointment, I'm gonna have problems. So, yeah, anyway, thank you for coming by. I hope I can catch you next time I stream, which should be later today. And then, we'll be gamers and do gamer things, probably. I don't know. We'll find out. Hopefully my ears will be good, and everything will be happy and dandy. If you wanted... That was so surprising to me because, just gonna side tangent real quick. I don't clean my ears very often, but when I went to the doctor, they were like, wow, your ears look great, and I'm like, how? How do they look great? I don't clean them very often. What? Anyway, yeah, yeah, so I do have a Twitter, so I will be tweeting also when I go live. If I don't go live, I will be tweeting that I won't go live, but I probably will. So, anyway, thank you. Yep, yeah, I'll be back, yeah.